Oh, it's really good. It's your boy Spider Menace, aka D-Man. Your man. I'm sitting here with my sister, my day one, the one who holds it down for me, my co-host, Daria. Say what's up, Daria.
What's up, Daria?
And we got our ice machine going. I got a cold. Everything is just all kinds of effed up. Especially if you heard our Kaiju cinematic review. You know that things ain't always going to be at 100. But we still going to keep doing it. That's what a kaiju do. One kaiju don't stop no show. Ain't that right?
Yep.
All right. So tonight, if this is your first time listening to the Smash Review Predictions Special, what we do is we go around and we give a little brief rundown of the feuds and the news that surrounds many of the matches in the upcoming pay-per-view, and then we give our predictions. But this time we don't have much of a round table. It's just Daria and myself. So we're going to be flying this duo solo, if that makes any sense.
Duo.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, Elimination Chamber 2019. After a stunning Royal Rumble weekend that had both TakeOver in Phoenix, the Royal Rumble, and what was the name of that tournament? Worlds Collide. It had a Worlds Collide tournament that was absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, please go ahead and catch it all on the network. It was brilliant. 15 amazing superstars from 205 Live to NXT UK, all having a chance to battle it out for a championship opportunity. So go ahead and check it. But this weekend we have the Elimination Chamber. We got no NXT. And we have a bunch of matches that look good on paper, but we'll see how it's executed. And to start us off for the Elimination Chamber, we are going to roll with what is most likely going to be our kickoff match. And that is going to be for the Cruiserweight Championship, featuring Buddy Murphy and Akira Tozawa. You know how they always tend to disrespect our Cruiserweights.
Yeah, why is this a pre-match?
Honestly, like...
And not an actual...
Like, on the main card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it pre-show?
So, it really should be, because it is a championship match, and you have... Every other match on this card is for a particular championship, aside from the Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin match. Honestly, we may end up with both of those, the Corbin and the Cruiserweight match on the pre-show. Really, the Cruiserweights deserve to be on the main card. Buddy Murphy has been playing an amazing role as just the champion heel. And he hasn't really done any, like, super heelish things. He's just, like, been this arrogant jagoff, saying, like, you know, find me some competition. The rest of the Cruiserweights just ain't there. And Akira Tozawa managed to get his chance in this match off of an elimination fatal four-way match on the previous 205 Live, which featured Cedric Alexander, Humberto Carrillo, and who else? I think Kalisto.
What did you say? Humberto Carrillo?
Yeah, Humberto Carrillo. That's his name.
It's not Del Rio?
No, you're thinking of somebody else.
Okay. Okay. Move on. Sorry.
But that also was an amazing match. It took up most of 205 Live, so go ahead and check that out as well on the network, because yeah, I'm singing the graces of everything that's not like the main roster stuff at the moment, and that's because everything that's not Raw or Smackdown, technically everything that's not Raw lately, because Smackdown's been killing it too, has been great. So go ahead and check out 205 Live if you haven't. But right now we have Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship. Daria, go ahead and give me who you think will get the win.
Sorry, because this is a tough one that you want me to answer.
Yeah, you got to go first.
Okay, I think Akira Tozawa deserves to get the championship. However, I don't think they're going to give it to him just yet.
I mean, he's had it once before.
I know.
Mostly in a transitionary role, because I think he took it from Neville.
Before Neville got injured, correct?
Well, Neville... okay, so that's... Okay, so Neville or Pac now wasn't really injured. He was unhappy with his contract and was like, you know what? I want out. And instead of WWE gracing him with that, opportunity, they just sat him down and let him just sit on the shelf until his contract ran out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what happened with the King of the Cruiserweights.
Okay.
Now he's doing amazing bang up things in the Indies and in All Elite Wrestling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you say that Buddy Murphy gets the win?
I wish they would give it to Kira, but I don't think they're going to just yet. Only because Buddy Murphy is being really insufferable heel with this freaking championship. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Buddy. I'm
going to have to agree. Buddy Murphy is honestly the perfect champion to have on the cruiserweight level because it turns all of the baby faces into chasers, and they need somebody to chase. When you think about it, okay, so Hideo Itami is out, right? He's gone. He's left the company.
Yeah.
Aside from him, and maybe Drew Gulak, who I think also deserves a run with the title.
Yeah.
And Gentleman Jack Gallagher also deserves a run with the title because they do amazing things. Aside from those three, there's no real top heel in the company. Hideo's gone. Neville's been gone for a while. Buddy Murphy's like pretty much the only one. And I think this works better when, I think 205 Live works better when you have people chasing for a championship versus having, like Cedric Alexander holding it for nearly a year. It was a great run, but after a while,
nothing happened with it.
Yeah, like nothing happened with the like he hasn't had any actual storylines.
Yeah,
he's just like, I'm the champion. People want my title. That's about it.
Yeah.
Great matches, an amazing run, but at least with this, we can have some different storylines. We have some.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but could I say that the storyline that they might have with Buddy Murphy will be with his best friend?
Oh, Tony Nese. I almost forgot all about Tony Nese.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I think that would be an awesome storyline.
I think it would be too. I still have to catch that no DQ match that he had against Noam Dar this past Tuesday. So we got to catch up on that.
Oh, it was bitching. I'm sure it was bitching.
Usually they have been. I was honestly surprised they didn't just say, you know what, let's shell out the money and go for a cage match.
Yeah.
But that's our most likely pre-show. And let's go with the second possible pre-show match. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Nobody gives a damn. It's a no disqualification match. Nobody gives a damn. So who do you got?
Braun Strowman.
There's no story with this because
it is, but
Baron has been an asshole to Braun.
No, it is a story. It's basically what you just said.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And it involves Bobby Lashley and
he's got his own
Brian
shit right
McIntyre.
Now. Brian McIntyre?
I mean, Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry.
Brian McIntyre.
Been a long day. Drew McIntyre. It does. However, it's run its course.
Yeah, let's
it's
get
over
past
with.
this.
It's run its course. It's getting boring.
This match didn't need to happen.
This is a bullshit match. I really don't care. Braun Strowman, who do you have?
Braun Strowman. Let's just get this.
All right, we're gonna move
it
on
doesn't
from
matter.
that.
It doesn't matter. This match doesn't matter. And again, I'm frustrated because you have this match that doesn't matter that has been going on for months, but we have a cruiserweight title match. Buddy Murphy has been killing it. Akira Tozawa's getting a resurgence after finally getting over on Hideo Itami as he's leaving, but still he gets over on him. And you have a championship match on the pre-show, and you have this most likely being one of these piss break matches between actual good matches.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can't be frustrated with this company because they have amazing talent and all they really got to do is just let them wrestle. Let them do what they need to do. But instead we got stupid shit like this going on for like almost 5 months running.
Yeah.
This is like an almost 5 month long storyline and nothing is coming about from it. Nothing. So why? I don't know why this match is happening, and I don't know why it's on the main card while the cruiserweights are on the undercard. I don't get that. I don't get that. We're moving on. We have the Intercontinental title match between Bobby Lashley featuring Lio Rush.
Why?
And Finn Balor. Now this is a weird one. This is a weird one because it is technically a handicap match for the Intercontinental title. So that means Finn only needs to pin one or the other. He doesn't even need to pin Bobby Lashley to take the title away. But it's still 2-on-1. It's still 2-on-1 though.
Yeah, I got it, but that still made it interesting.
It is still 2-on-1. Now, Bobby Lashley, we were live on that Monday Night Raw when Bobby Lashley won the Intercontinental title.
And that was a good match.
It was a very damn good match. Fatal 4-way, John Cena, Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley, I think there was. No. I was thinking about a different match. It was Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley. I was thinking about the other match. My bad. That's my bad.
Yeah, that match did happen, but it happened after that match.
Yeah. I got it mixed up. This was Seth, Dean, and Bobby. And from what I could hear in our section, they blew up. They went nuts in our section. Memphis has been notorious for having very weak sounding crowds, but in my opinion, our section went wild for Bobby Lashley getting the win and winning the title away from Dean Ambrose. Since then, this has been the most interesting I've seen from Bobby Lashley, and I think it works perfectly because in the end, he makes everybody else interesting as well for the very same reason that I said Buddy Murphy is great for 205 Live. Bobby Lashley is great for their Intercontinental Championship because now it turns baby faces into chasers. Apollo Crews had a few instances during this very short Bobby Lashley run, and it made him look good and made him look interesting. Of course, now I don't know where he is because it's been a couple of weeks, but who knows, maybe he'll come back and we'll have another feud between Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews. Now we have Finn Balor in the mix, and this has been going on for some time. Almost like Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin, except at least this has a title implication surrounding it. So either there's going to be some closure, there's going to be some continuation between Bobby Lashley, Lio Rush, and Finn Balor.
It's just going to be more interesting than freaking.
Oh, it's going to be more interesting. And I honestly like no knock to Braun, no knock to Baron. I think that the wrestling is going to be better in this match. It still might end up being a fustercluck simply because it's a handicap match, and we never know how those are going to work out. But this should be an interesting match. So, D, tell me who you got.
I think Bobby Lashley and Leo are going to retain. Yeah, I want Finn to win, but considering how this is actually going, which, to be quite honest, it shouldn't be a thing, because Leo is annoying as shit.
But he works.
On the freaking mic.
But he works.
But it works. And because of that, I think Bobby and Leo are going to retain.
So the biggest issue that Raw has with it is the Universal title. And I don't know how many times I've said it. I don't know how many times other commentators have said it. I don't know how many times you've seen it in the comments section from the internet wrestling community who have said it. But like the Universal title is being around Brock Lesnar's waist is such a short-sighted, situation for them. Because at least if Finn Balor loses, he has somewhere to go. Mm-hmm. He would have somewhere to go. We had a great match against Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. Uh-huh. And if Brock drops the title somewhere down the line, Finn is definitely going to be like one of the first in line for it. But as long as Brock has the title, you either go for the Intercontinental title or you flounder on Raw. You have 3 hours and you just have nothing to do because you have one title that's held up and the other one is the Intercontinental title. If you don't win that one, guess what? You're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Like, there is no upper card. It's just Brock Lesnar and whoever they choose to feed to him. So that's the biggest issue that I have with Raw. And it's a shame because I don't think Finn is going to win this match. I don't think it's going to end at Elimination Chamber.
No, I don't think so either.
But, if he's not going to get it at some point in time, or if he's not going to get a Universal title shot out of it at some point in time, you're going to end up, stalling 2 careers. In Bobby Lashley and in Finn Balor, because Bobby Lashley, this is the the time he's won a championship since the ECW championship on his first run. Yeah. And it could be great. So far he's had some great matches.
It can, especially with him being a heel. He's playing it very damn good well.
Oh, he's playing it very well.
It's like a Brock Lesnar and who is his
Paul Heyman
and Paul Heyman situation. Like, Bobby doesn't have to say a word. Let Leo say everything.
Yeah.
And just be the asshole. All you do is wrestle. It works.
But the thing is,
yeah, that's the problem.
That's kind of the problem. But like, at least Bobby Lashley looks beatable. He has been pinned. He shows up every week. The title is being showcased every week.
Yeah.
And anybody who goes up against him could feasibly defeat him.
Yeah.
And do something with the title. But like right now, Bobby needs to hold on to the title for a little bit longer.
He does.
Finn needs a title around his waist because he deserves it.
It needs to be the IC title.
It doesn't. It could be the Universal title, but that's not going to happen.
No, it's not, because I don't know what the hell they're doing with freaking Brock Lesnar, and it's, you know what, we're going to move on because
it's stalling the mid card. It's stalling the rest of the roster.
It's frustrating, and it's
very
getting
frustrating.
played out.
Just get it off of him. Do something with it. Next up, we're going to move on. Next up, we have Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Now, there's no real story behind this.
No, it isn't.
It just happened. Ruby gets a title shot.
Yeah, she basically wrestled with, help me out.
Who you got?
Nikki Cross.
Okay.
She wrestled with Nikki Cross. They both were up for the title match, and Ruby ended up winning against Nikki, which put her in the title shot for wrestling Ronda at Elimination Chamber.
Yep. And that's about it. That's literally it. About it. There's no connection between Ruby Riott and Ronda Rousey. That doesn't make this bad. That doesn't make this bad at all.
No, because Ruby is a damn good wrestler.
Oh, yes.
So incredible. I think because of that, this is going to be probably one of the best matches for Elimination Chamber. I'm actually excited for this match. I'm pretty sure I know what the outcome is going to be. Oh, yeah. But I'm still excited to see it.
Yeah, this is a very exciting match.
Yeah, and I'm thinking they're going to let Ronda keep it because it's such a good storyline between her Becky, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they're feeling it's best that Ronda keeps it. Although Ruby...
Unless they plan on doing like a fatal four-way at WrestleMania.
And that would be awesome too, because Ruby would look good with this title as well.
Oh, yeah. Ruby...
Because she's insufferable.
You love that word.
I do. And it's my word. I don't care if it's the right word. It's my word. Because, God, she is intolerable as a heel.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ruby, major girl crush because, God, that girl.
Ruby has been great.
Yes.
Ruby has been great. They haven't given her anything really to do. This is the first thing. This is the first time that we've really gotten something big from Ruby Riott on the main roster. Because Ruby, has been menacing. She's been unleashing her own war dogs in the Riot Squad.
I was going to say, she's been putting in her work.
She's been putting in work, so she deserves a shot at the title, an actual legitimate shot. And I think this is going to be a very damn good match.
Yeah.
You say Ronda's going to keep it.
I think only because of the storyline that they got going for WrestleMania with Becky and Charlotte. Now, if they decide to give it to Ruby, I think it'll still be a good storyline.
Oh, yeah.
Because Ronda will still be in the picture. And like you said, it'll be like a fatal four-way because Becky is going to do something to get back into this match.
Oh, yeah. Becky has been suspended.
Yeah.
Charlotte's been given her title shot. But you know they're not going to...
it's not going like that.
WWE loves to piss off their fans.
They do.
But they're not going to give away good money on this.
No.
This is a money match.
Yeah.
So having Becky in the match is just way too important.
Yeah.
So one of two things could happen, in my opinion. Two things could happen. Becky shows up and she makes sure Ronda makes it to WrestleMania with the title.
That's it.
Or Becky shows up and makes sure that Ronda doesn't have the title. Yeah.
And Ruby wins the title.
One of two things is going to happen. I think the first one is most likely to happen because the way that Ruby got into the title match was just so random. In a way,
it was
because it sort of just felt like she just needs to have somebody. So I don't think there's going to be anything more coming out of it outside of a possible confrontation with either Charlotte or Ruby Riott, Charlotte or Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
In this, so I think Ronda's going to get the win. It's not going to be an easy win. I think Ruby's going to look incredible.
Oh, she is
in this match.
Yeah.
But I think Ronda's going to get the win. I don't think Becky, if she does show up, is going to make sure Ronda doesn't get the title unless, and this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is very stupid. when I say it's very stupid, I mean this would be very stupid if WWE did this.
Yeah.
Unless like Becky gets involved, Ronda loses the title, and they make sure that Becky and Ronda show up at WrestleMania in a non-title match, which would be good, but it wouldn't make sense, and it wouldn't be nearly as good as a title shot.
Because it's no purpose to that match.
Yeah, there's none.
And that's not money for WWE.
Like there is.
It might be
quote
some
unquote purpose because like there is some animosity and it doesn't need the title to be there.
Yeah.
But again, it'd be so convoluted. Like, why would you do it?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do it?
I think they would lose money doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm only saying that because like the title match is the thing that we're looking for.
Yeah, like that makes it main event. You won. You won Royal Rumble. You're going to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Suspension storyline be damned. You're going to be main eventing WrestleMania. If you don't have Becky and Ronda in a title match, then you've just completely invalidated the second ever women's Royal Rumble.
And
it's invalid now.
And you've lost money and you've lost your fans.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't see it
now, I will say, I do believe, because neither Becky or Charlotte are wrestling in Elimination Chamber, I believe they're going to have something to do with this match.
Oh, yeah. I think
what is it going to be? I don't know.
They're going to get involved.
It's either going to somewhat help Ruby or make sure Ronda maintains the title.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We're going to move on. We're going to move on from there. And we're going to focus on the first Elimination Chamber match. We have AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, and due to an injury, Mustafa Ali is not in this match, but Kofi Kingston, however, is. So those are the 6 people that make up this Elimination Chamber match.
Holy shit for Kofi Kingston with this Iron Man. This dude, I'm done.
So what she's gushing about is this past Tuesday, because as we said, like the main roster generally hasn't been putting on amazing shows left and right, but Smackdown has been compelling over the past few weeks. At most, Raw has been just like somewhat semi-interesting at points, but Smackdown has been consistently compelling time and again. And they had a gauntlet match to determine who would enter last in the Elimination Chamber. And that's when we found out that Mustafa Ali was injured. It was official. He's no longer in the match. He had his little vignette to speak about how he'll be coming back from his injury. And it was a New Day's job to fill in a replacement. People thought it'd be Big E. People thought it'd be Xavier, but it turned out to be Kofi, their senior gentleman, in all of this. And he ended up lasting about an hour. He defeated
he lasted till the end of SmackDown.
He did. He lasted
to the end of SmackDown because basically, who came after Samoa Joe, AJ?
It was the way because I was actually wrong. He didn't defeat AJ Styles. It was he beat Daniel Bryan legitimately.
Yeah.
He beat him with a Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere.
Yeah, he did.
And got the pin. He beat Jeff Hardy.
He did, and he beat Samoa Joe.
Now Samoa Joe beat him up afterwards, and that made it a little bit easier for AJ Styles to pop in the calf crusher and make him tap. But like immediately after that, well, not immediately because we had to watch Kofi get carted backstage because he had put in all this work and New Day helped lead him out. And like as he's staring off and you're taking a look at the time and you're realizing this is not Raw, so there is no overtime. Yeah. You only have a minute left. There's only one thing that can happen when you have one person left, and his name is Randy Orton.
Who can do an RKO.
RKO out of nowhere. He wins. He's coming up last, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nobody cares.
No.
It's Kofi that we care about.
I was about to say Kofi.
It was Kofi.
Made
Kofi was
all
the
of
G.
those matches.
Kofi was the G in all of this. So we have those 6 competitors in the Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. And that's I think we went through everything.
This is the only Elimination Chamber.
No, we got two.
Okay, but still, this is Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah.
Why is there just 2 elimination?
I mean, there's usually like one or two. Yeah, there's usually like one or two. a lot of these gimmick,
it just kind of feels
a lot
like
of
the
these gimmick
tables,
pay-per-views,
ladders, and chair matches, where it's like one actual ladders, chairs, and tables match.
Yeah, but like those are dumb gimmick matches.
And
At least with this one, like you can't really like lift and drop the Elimination Chamber cage multiple times.
No, you can't.
So like having 2 matches, that makes sense.
I'm gonna let you go first because
that makes sense.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, fine. Since I'm going first,
Yeah.
I think Daniel Bryan retains. I think he retains because like AJ. As much as everybody's gushing about it, and he has been great. He has been amazing. I don't want the title around AJ Styles anymore. I don't want it to happen. Samoa Joe, he needs to have the title around his waist at least once. At least once.
I don't think it's right now.
Jeff Hardy has already achieved greatness, Hall of Fame greatness, by having at least one title of one different title around his waist once.
He did it as soon as he came back, right?
Yeah, when he came back, he won the WWE title, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, he won the United States title. That was the first time he won that.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, I think he won that when he won the United States title. That was the first time he collected all the titles at one point in time.
Yeah.
So Jeff doesn't need it. Jeff is good without it.
Yeah,
Jeff is still Jeff.
AJ is good without it. AJ doesn't need it because AJ is phenomenal. He doesn't need it.
I don't want the title around Randy anymore. I'm done with Randy.
I don't think Randy needs
We're
it
sick of Randy. So out of all of this, 3 people need to have the title at least one point in time. 2 of them need to have the title at least one point in time in the future, and 1 doesn't need to lose it at all. Daniel Bryan doesn't need to lose his title. Kofi definitely has earned a title shot. Like a legit one-on-one title shot sometime down the future.
He has.
And I can't wait for that to happen. Who knows? Maybe that'll be what happens at WrestleMania. That's my bold prediction. Elimination Chamber is going to be so wild. And we're going to see Kofi go off the same way that he did during the Gauntlet match.
Yeah, because that's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck between Daniel, Samoa, and Kofi. I am like legit stuck. Like, I don't even know if I can give you a prediction because I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I think Daniel is going to retain.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're ready to take it from Daniel just yet.
I don't think so.
Because he is actually doing awesome. He's turned into this massive
change the title to hemp and wood and stones.
Exactly. Not only that, he's been a massive dick about being all for the environment and this green is everything.
But the sad part is,
and people are assholes for eating hot dogs and hamburgers and having all this bad toxins in your body. Like, this is working.
The sad part is, like, everything that he's saying though is like,
true.
How can you be mad at him?
You can't.
How is he the bad guy in all of this? Like, I mean, like he's kind of an asshole, but he's not really the bad guy in all of this.
Not really. He's not right.
That's just like somebody saying, it's like, motherfucker, why are you driving this big old SUV? You should be carpooling.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, you're in my business and shit, but like, you're not wrong, are you?
Like, I'm not gonna be happy if he comes by and smacks my hot dog out of my hand.
But like, but at the same time, in some part in the back of your head, you're just like, you right?
Yeah, you know,
right.
I don't. Yeah,
I don't need this.
Yeah,
right?
I'm dieting. You're right. I don't. Yeah.
So it's like in the late 90s and early 2000s, like they would really play up how much of an asshole he is, and nobody would like him. Yeah. But like a lot of times when he's speaking in the ring, aside from like a few people who are like, yeah, we don't like being called fickle, but at the same time, he's not getting booed like you would expect. Like,
I mean, he kind of is
when he's making good points. Like, he's making good points and the crowd cheers.
He's getting booed still. He's not necessarily getting that many cheers. He's still getting boos.
Oh, he's getting booed, but he's not like getting like booed out the building he would have in other eras of WWE. Matter of fact, I think it was last week, not this past Tuesday, but last week he was in Seattle. And like, usually, when a heel in that position is in their hometown, they still run down their hometown to stifle the boos. He turned into him. Yeah. He's like, I'm Seattle's favorite son. Yeah. And everything that he was saying was met with cheers. It was. It was like and you
he was
fickle assholes.
At the same time. Yeah.
Like, are driving your cars and eating these carcinogens.
He insulted his hometown while still getting cheers and being honest with what was going on.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes. That's really how it works. So I got Daniel Bryan. I think Kofi's going to have such a good showing because I don't think Daniel has a set opponent at WrestleMania, and I think we might end up. This is my bold prediction. We might end up with a Kofi v Daniel Bryan,
or Kofi Samoa,
or
Daniel.
Kofi Samoa Daniel, or even just Samoa Daniel. But like, it's going to be some combination of those three at WrestleMania, due to the showing at Elimination Chamber. That's my bold prediction.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan as well. I'm going to stick with Daniel Bryan. I just think Kofi's going to do something.
Oh yeah, he's going to show up and show out.
That's all I'm going to say. He's going to show his natural born ass. So.
Yeah, I fully agree. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the Smackdown Tag Team Championships.
Oh my God.
Between the Usos and The Miz and Shane McMahon.
Again, why is this a thing? And it works.
This should not work.
It works.
This should not work in the least, but it does. And I'm angry.
Because this came out of nowhere.
I am incredibly angry that this works.
Because SmackDown, The Miz, Shane McMahon, and the Usos had like this little
McMiz TV is what they called it.
McMiz TV appearance.
Yeah.
Why the hell did it? Explain. I'm still confused.
It was just well done. There is a nice because the Usos are always going to bring their A game on the mic. Ever since they've dropped the colorful attire and everything, they donned the black. They have been geniuses on the mic, and that makes it work. The Miz is always going to be great on the mic, but like Shane and the Miz actually have a rapport with each other to the point where they just work with each other.
Right. And then the Miz, what is it? The Miz TV?
McMiz TV.
Yeah, with the Usos, right? Because that should not have been a thing. It should not have been interesting. Like, we should have just been like, what is this? Why are we...
Like, it got to the point that the fans didn't even know who to cheer for.
They didn't.
They didn't know who to cheer for.
They didn't.
But like, that's a good thing because neither of these teams are like the heel teams.
No.
They're just teams that want the title.
Yeah.
And it made the title look, like a prize, an actual prize to get. And like the fans were cheering whenever the Miz and Daniel Bryan, whenever the Miz and Shane McMahon said something.
Yeah.
But they cheered even louder whenever the Usos said something. They dropped the mic. But like, it was great. It was a great segment.
Yeah.
And now we have a title match between these two.
Not to mention, you have one of the McMahons with the title.
This works though. I don't know why.
I think that makes it even bigger.
Yeah, because like the McMahons have been like, they've come back, aside from Vince, because Vince is always going to be the dickbag. But like Triple H and Stephanie technically weren't like wrong when they were asking for an apology from Becky. They weren't like in the wrong like that.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll talk about that in a bit. We'll talk about that. But like Shane and Biz versus the Usos, who you got?
God, why?
Who you got?
I think they're gonna keep it with the Miz and Shane.
See, the fantasy booker in me is like, I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna do for WrestleMania.
I don't know.
And face Miz has a very short, life to it because like after a while you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, so when is Miz going to double cross Shane?
Why doesn't he double cross him at WrestleMania?
Possibly.
That makes for an awesome storyline. That makes for a good headliner for WrestleMania.
Well, the only reason why I'm thinking that maybe that won't happen is because a lot of times WrestleMania is there to end a story, not to start one.
Okay.
A lot of times. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. I fully accept that. But I've always felt like the philosophy around WrestleMania was this is where storylines come to an end or an evolution, but they don't really get started at WrestleMania. Like you won't get too many feuds that pop up out of nowhere at WrestleMania. But it's a possibility that it could, and I could be wrong, and I fully accept that. Keep this in mind. Once WrestleMania hits and it happens, I will eat crow. I'll do it. I'll eat crow.
Okay.
But I don't see them getting the title off of these two yet, so I'm going for the Miz and Shane.
All right.
Before we get to our final match, two titles are not on the card. the Raw tag team titles, and that's because the Raw tag team division is in shambles because of injuries. So there's really not, unless you plan to do the Revival versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode for the umpteenth time after the Revival finally win the title. But they should be on here, in my opinion. Yeah. But that's more of they're victims of circumstance more than anything. Yeah. And the Smackdown Women's title is not on the card. Matter of fact, ever since Asuka won the title back, she hasn't been on TV since.
No, she hasn't.
And she has not been on TV since.
And I'm trying to do something with that because, come on, Asuka is awesome, and she's awesome with the title.
Yes, she is.
So do something with her. Don't just let her sit there.
So I'm mad about it, but I think I understand why she hasn't been on TV because, the biggest names in the SmackDown Women's division are caught up on the Raw Women's title.
That's another
You have Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Yeah.
The top two who don't have the title are over there going towards Raw.
Yeah.
So the Raw Women's and the rest of the Raw Women's division is caught up in the match we're talking about next.
Yeah.
They're going to be caught up in that.
Yeah, because they're doing this tag team, the first ever women's tag team.
And that's going to be our next match. The first ever women's tag team championship match, an Elimination Chamber match. All 6 teams are going to be in a cell. Well, not all 6. You're going to start off with 2, but 4 teams are going to be in their pods and 2 are going to be starting out.
Oh my God. This one. Go ahead.
So they did this once before. And actually I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. They did a men's tag team elimination chamber. I'm trying to figure out what year. I'm pull it up. But anyway, when they did that, it was. It's really all it was. It was a wet fart. It was just
a wet fart?
Yeah, just.
Like a shart?
No, just a juicy one.
Okay.
Not an
That's a shirt.
Okay, so you say.
It is.
But we had this match in 2015. We had the match in 2015. Tag team match for WWE Tag Team Championships in Elimination Chamber. And I remember, maybe I'm misremembering, but I remember it being just the wackest thing ever. And it had nothing to do with the competitors. It was just because it was a weird gimmick and people were barely fitting into the pods. And it was just a mess. This match was a mess. And now we're doing it with the women. Now, I believe that they changed the chamber's design since then so it can accommodate for them. Plus, they're not as big bodies, in their pods. And this can end up being a good, very damn good match because of the participants that we have in this. And we have Nia Jax and Tamina, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the Iconics, Bayley and Sasha Banks and Naomi and Carmella. Now, starting off first is going to be Bayley and Sasha Banks, who just got cleared to wrestle, whether that's kayfabe or, a work or a shoot, we don't know. But Sasha Banks is cleared to wrestle, and they start off first on the Raw side, and then Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville start off with the SmackDown side, and everybody else is in their pods. This is going to be for the first ever women's tag team championships in WWE, or at least I don't know if that's 100% correct because they always want to do this first ever and you got to check the history books just to double check. But they say it's the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. So for this, the final match of Elimination Chamber, who do you have?
You should pick because I have
really?
Absolutely you know what? I don't know.
Okay, this is going to be kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm more stuck on the logistics of having. You have a brand split.
Yeah, you do.
And this is a title that is going to be across both brands. So how is that going to work? That's my biggest issue with this. It's just I'm trying to figure out how it's going to work. But ignoring that, I'm trying to figure out who they want the titles to be around. Around whose waist do they want the titles to rest? Do they want the big powerhouse team of Nia Jax and Tamina? Do they want the the shit heels of the Riot Squad and Mandy Rose and the Iconics? Or do they want the plucky baby faces of Bayley and Sasha Banks or Naomi and Carmella? I don't know. I legitimately don't know, because either one could work. Either philosophy could definitely work. Like, this could build up Nia Jax to the point that they've been meaning to, but they've been faltering on by giving her a title, an inaugural title, and having her just run roughshod over a division on her own without pushing her into either title situation, either single title situation. Same thing for Tamina. Maybe this will finally give Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan something to do. I've heard rumors that Vince is very high on Mandy Rose. So, like, maybe that means this title, or maybe that means that they don't win this match and Mandy Rose goes after a singles title. Who knows? The Iconics definitely have earned it for being who they have been since NXT. Bayley and Sasha Banks, they've had singles gold, so do they need tag team gold? They've been among the very first of the first main event for women at an NXT takeover. First time that they've had these many championships change hands individually, so maybe they need this first. And then we have Naomi and Carmella, who are like, they seem like they've just been thrown together, but they work. They work as baby faces. So I don't know who's actually going to get the win. But gun to my head, forget it. I'm going Naomi and Carmella. Gun to my head. Gun to my head.
I'm going to have to go with Nia and Tamina. I kind of want to say Sonya. Sonya and Mandy. But I'll stick with Nia and Tamina.
So you got Nia and Tamina as the first ever WWE tag,
I do.
quote unquote, first ever WWE tag team women's champions.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I got nothing against that choice. Quite honestly, I'd go for it. I'd go for it myself. I really, really, really and truly, in my heart of hearts, hope that this match is going to be amazing. I hope it's not going to be a repeat of 2015. I am praying that this is going to be like a phenomenal match, because it has every right to be. These women deserve that much right there, for there to be no instances of this just being, a hodgepodge of a mess.
Yeah.
With that said, we got our picks in.
We got our picks.
That's done.
Yeah.
So you know what that means?
What?
I got to play us out.
Go ahead.
You ready for it? All right.
Go for it.
First of all, thank y'all for joining us. And as always, you can catch our podcast on iTunes, link in the description below, or at the website at HEELKAIJU.com. There you can find our shows, articles, and our merchandise to help keep this site up and running and to keep us providing you with quality content. You can also join the Kaiju Wrecking Crew by following us on our Twitter account at HEELKAIJU, where we'll provide any updates, developments, and insights. Thanks again for listening, and remember to keep smashing.